when the sun comes out, and it completely wrecks my exposure. My name is Andy Hornby, photographer and vlogger. 17 years ago I started teaching myself photography. Today I travel the UK as a professional wedding photographer, landscape photographer and filmmaker. Learn from my experiences, my mistakes and my tips and advice.
We're moving through the night like we're from a different star, flying over streets and our broken hearts. But they can't even touch us, we found a different beat. Paradise is waiting and we bought the lead. Oh, getting caught in the mist, there's so many that never get out.
Hey there, welcome to another video. I put a poll out on my social media a little while ago about what you want to see more of in 2020. Had some really good responses, you know. I've done quite a bit of work in areas outside my comfort zone because that was one of them, but the main one was do more landscapes. Certainly on my YouTube channel, when I put a poll out on my YouTube channel, more landscapes was the main one. I'm going to do more landscapes, funnily enough, and today I am going to a place called Hatchet Pond. It's a Friday afternoon. I've done all my research, but this video is going to be about my whole process. So I'm going to go from start to finish. This photo shoot didn't start today. It started about 2 weeks ago. And it actually started just having a mosey around on social media. Instagram, I think it was. I saw a picture of Hatchet Pond. I know some of the people who follow me on Facebook and certainly Instagram, some of the local guys that I know have been to Hatchet Pond before. Some of their stuff coming out of there is crazy good. And I figured it was time I spent a little bit of time down there, so I'm going to go there today. But like I said, this photo shoot didn't start today, so this video is about my entire process from start to finish, and it started about 2 weeks ago. Let's get into this.
And we ride on the flames till the morning light, baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Ain't nobody gonna hold us down. Break all the rules, let them run and hide, baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Gonna let the world know.
Shades are on, it's a bit sunny out. That should be fine, there's a bit of cloud cover as well. So the first thing I did a couple of weeks ago was check Instagram feed, and a picture of Hatchet Pond came up. I started doing a little bit of research of other places and other people who've taken pictures of the local area around that sort of kind of area. And Hatchet Pond this time of year gets a good sunset because the sun kind of sets behind it. So the first thing I thought of doing was checking out dates. I planned today, actually I planned last week to go down there, but it was raining so I couldn't go. So the first part of my planning is obviously weather dependent, but one of the first things I'll do is check TPE to see what time sunset's going to be, where the sunset is going to be in relation to where I'll be setting up, because the Hatchet Pond, although I've never been there before, you can see on Google Maps that there's a car park there, and literally from the car park you can shoot over to this lovely little bank of trees, which if you're using a wide angle lens look a little bit further away than you think they are, and makes a really nice composition. So that's the first thing I did, is TPE, apps, get all the apps out. I got Google Maps out to see how far away it was from home, see how long it's going to take me, on a Friday afternoon to get home, because therein lies a big issue with shooting on a Friday afternoon. Sun's setting about 4:30, give or take. Even if I hang around for 10 minutes and leave, I'm going to be coming back and rush hour traffic all the way down the M27. You know, there's a balance to be made there. I'm getting there early today. I'm going to get there for about 2ish in the afternoon. There is a little bit of planned potential chance of rain, because obviously I've checked my other apps, which is Clear Outside is a good app for weather, especially on the run up that week, because you only get a week's worth. So all this week I've been checking the Clear Outside app, making sure that the weather's going to be reasonable. I don't mind if it's a little bit cloudy, a little bit stormy. That actually might make for a really nice composition too. So I'm sort of 90% happy that going there today is going to be the right option. I think I've got some good cloud cover. In the Clear Outside app I can see the visibility distance. I can check the chance of rain, check loads of things in the app, and it's even been updated with other things that I don't generally use. But also it checks the cloud level, so how much cloud is going to be high, mid and low, and you can kind of gauge at sunset what sort of cloud cover you're going to have. That's massive, because for landscape photography at sunset, if you've got some really high wispy clouds, you know you're going to get a lot of colour in the sky. It's just a given. The problem we have is that these apps, although they can guesstimate, if you like, they're not always accurate. So we'll go with it. We'll pretend that we're happy with what we got and see what we get. I'm hoping for a good sunset. So that's kind of my sort of preparation, stage one, your prep work. In the last 2 weeks, I've scoped out the location online, you know, what pictures other people are getting, that kind of stuff. I know where the sun's gonna be setting at what time. All this last week on the run up to today, I know what the cloud cover is gonna be like. I know what the chance of rain is gonna be like. The visibility is gonna be really, really good tonight. It's just a matter of preparation. Now I'm going there for one composition. Like I said in other videos, if you watch my recent videos on landscapes, I'm not one for just picking up my camera and going out and shooting loads and loads and loads of stuff. I'm going there for one composition, but I'm going to be there a few hours, so I'm going to do some other bits and pieces as well. I've got some more video work to do. I'm away next week, which means I need to do a couple of videos to preempt not only this week, next week, but the week after too, because I've got a wedding the week after, which means I'm going to be hard pushed to get anything out that week, unless I record it sooner and work harder, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to head on up there. We've got to our next stage, which is getting down there. To this morning I've been checking all the apps all over again. You know, this last 2 week process of doing all the app checks and all the preparation work. I sometimes like to do a recce, but I haven't had a chance. The problem with this trip, it's a bloody nightmare at the moment because they're doing roadworks on the M27. So this, what would be probably a 40-minute journey, is probably going to take me an hour and 20 minutes to get there. Coming back, I have no idea. I don't know. I'll let you know at the end of this video. But it's going to be a long one. But stick with me today. I'm vlogging the whole day. I'm going to show you my setup, how I set up from scratch to take landscape shots. So this will be my actual process. You've already heard my preparation stages. I'm on the way to the photo shoot now, and I'm going to show you exactly what I do to set up, and I'm going to show you all the settings that I use and how I easily set up for a landscape shot. And it doesn't have to be difficult. Stick around and find out, and in a short while when we get there, you're going to see how I set up this shot. I'm going to speedy fast forward now because you don't want an hour and a half of me driving, because that would just be boring. Here we go, speed it up down there. Okay, welcome to Hatchet Pond. It's a little bit higher than it's supposed to be, and the car park is flooded, So be careful if you do come down here. It's a bit windy, I hope the audio's okay, and there was a road right behind you, so we're fingers crossed gonna be okay. Got lost coming down here because the postcode doesn't quite make it to here. So the postcode you saw me put into my sat nav earlier on gets you to a road, an unnamed road, somewhere a few miles down the road there. Just be sure to carry a phone with you that has Google Maps, and that'll get you down there. Just put in Hatchet Pond and it gets you to here. If you do find yourself on the unnamed road, don't go too far down it, because you can't reverse and turn around. It's a nightmare. Had a bit of fun, you just saw in the video. So this is Hatchet Pond, and this is the side where during the summer the sun is going to set directly behind there. Of course it's winter at the moment, so the sun isn't setting over there, it's actually setting over there. So my shot tonight for the sunset shot will be taken from somewhere near the car park, which means the sun will set over the top of the trees just this side. But it's not the composition I came down here for. The composition I came down here for is this nice view just here, and on the wide angle lens you can see that it's actually quite a nice little tree line just set off by itself, nothing either side of it, and it actually looks really, really nice in the composition. That's what I'm down here for. So I'm now going to show you my setup. So this is my setup. I've done all the work. I'm actually on site. I'm freezing, so I do have a pair of gloves. But now I'm going to show you how I set up and expose for this shot. Now obviously it's not sunset, and I'll be doing that shot later, but this is for the purpose of showing you how I set up. And this is how I set up any landscape shot. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's during the day, sunrise or sunset. So stick around while I get my gear out, and I'll show you the settings I use. Let's do that. I'm cold. Ooh. Okay, now I'm all set up. My tripod is nice and steady. Sometimes I'll be quite low down to the ground if I'm doing long exposure, or if I'm doing time lapses. You'll often see my tripod really close to the floor. That's because it makes it a bit more sturdy, a bit steadier, and I get some better shots doing it that way. So camera is on the tripod. I've currently got my 24-70 on. It's only because I love this lens for landscape photography, and I can just about get all of the composition in. I might swap to my 14mm. The only problem with that is I can't use filters on my 14mm because it's got a dome lens on the front. I'm going to see what I can get with this. Anyway, so settings wise, it's always the same way around, no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm doing portraits, landscapes or what. I always start with my ISO, and if I'm outside, my ISO is going to be 100. That's it. So ISO set to 100. Start with that, and then I'm going to determine what kind of shot I'm going to take. So I'm taking a landscape shot, so I want everything in focus. So I want a pretty decent f-stop. Somewhere around f8 to f11 is the kind of general rule of thumb for a landscape shot, where you want everything in focus. If I was lower to the ground that has some foreground interest, bear in mind that even at f11, you are gonna get some kind of out of focus shot on whatever you're doing in your immediate foreground. But because I'm quite high up on the tripod, the first bit of foreground I've got is quite far away. So at f11 that will be in focus, it'll be absolutely fine. I need to steady my shot up, so I need to compose on my tripod where I want my composition to be. Now I'm actually going to shoot a little bit up, ever so slightly, because I want more of the sky in this shot than I do the water. I'm not too worried about the water. I might do a long exposure later just to take the edge off the water, but for the time being I'm liking the clouds in the sky, because we've got some really nice clouds. I don't know if you can see, that's not very nice, but kind of what's coming over from over there, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to look okay. So I've got my ISO setting at 100. Now I'm going to leave it at 100 no matter what time I shoot today, and I'll explain why in a minute. And I'm now at f10, and my exposure is going to be at about 1/125th of a second. Now that's exposing for the lightest part of my image. If you saw my video I've done recently on what to expose for, you're going to expose for the lightest part of your image, which during the day is going to be the sky. So I've now got a pretty good exposure at 1/125th of a second, and that's it. Sounds complicated. I'm in manual mode, ISO 100. I set my f-stop to f10, and then use the meter on my camera to find out what shutter speed I need. Now, because I'm on a tripod, it doesn't matter what that shutter speed is. That's the trick, and that's why I leave it at ISO 100, because even later on when it gets darker, I can just slow my shutter speed down a little bit more. Just keep slowing my shutter speed down, my f-stop doesn't have to change, my ISO can stay at 100, and I've got a clean image all the way through until it starts getting really darker later, sort of blue hour time, that kind of stuff. That's the only real time I take my ISO higher than 100. You don't need to. If you're on a tripod and you're not worried about the movement in your image, then you don't need to worry about your shutter speed. That's the golden rule. Easy, simple, done. Shutter speed is whatever you need it to be. And if I take that, if I'm going to put on a 2-second timer, a manual focus, and I'm going to focus on the trees. I've got focus peaking, which is really good. And go again. Get some really nice clouds. I didn't bring my L bracket. If I brought my L bracket, I could maybe go go for a portrait shot upwards, get more of the sky in. But I didn't do that, so that's not going to happen. I could probably do it handheld, to be fair. At the 1/125th of a second isn't too bad. Let's have a go at that. So handheld landscape shot. Boom, done. It's not as wide as I'd like it to be. I didn't get all the trees in. But that's pretty much it. That is my go-to settings. Really simple, really easy. ISO 100, somewhere around f10, between f8 and f11 is perfect. And then just use your shutter speed to get your exposure by using the meter on the back of your camera, on top, wherever it is. You might have a Canon, it might be on top, I don't know. But that's all you need to do. That is it. Done, dusted, easy. Photography 101 in 2 minutes, done. Awesome. I'm actually now going to put my 14mm on, see if I can get some nice shots. Love this 14mm. The only thing is, it is a manual focus, which is okay. I'm on, let's go, f11, ISO 100, and I need to slow my shutter speed down because it's just no good. Let's go there. I'll lift her up a little bit. Get some more of that sky in. I'm going to take a picture. The easiest way to get focus of these things, in my own personal way, is take a few pictures and have a look afterwards. You can zoom in. You can set a function button to zoom in. All my function buttons are set up for wedding photography, and I don't want to mess around with them. It's just the way I am. Let's have a look. Zoom. Zoom in on the trees. Yeah. Perfect. And the system I use there is exactly the same as what I just did. ISO stayed at 100. Put it, because I've got an F ring on here. This is my aperture ring. So put it on F11 on there, and focused manually on there. Boom, done. I love that. It's actually a very, very good composition. And I always kind of crop into a 16:9, but I might even do more of a panorama with this one and really accentuate the effect of the trees being a little bit bigger than the surrounding area. I think it's going to work really well. So stick around. I'm going to edit one of these images. I don't know which one it's going to be. I'm going to take a few more. It might be one from the 14mm. It might be one from the 24-70. I don't know yet. I'll edit it. So stick around. But I'm going to say goodbye now, because that'll just be edited over music. I might put a bit of writing to let you know what I've done. There won't be a lot to do with these, because that sky is going to look absolutely incredible. And that's what I'm exposing for, really. And just getting the trees later on when the sun goes down over that way. I'm going to get some pictures from over there. But if you like this video, if you like my process, if you want any more videos like this, like a vlog style, let you know how I'm going to set up a photo shoot from start to finish, from the preparation stage. Sometimes I'll do a recce to getting down here on the day and keeping mindful eye on things like the weather and stuff like that. If you like this kind of video, please whack a thumbs up. Comment if you've got any questions or any suggestions. Keep your comments constructive, and I generally answer all the comments, which is because I love getting comments. I love speaking to you guys and girls. I love when you tell me what you like to see me do in future. Just let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't done so already, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you get updates every time I upload a new video. That'd be awesome. Sorry if the wind has been a nightmare. Hopefully my mic has taken care of any wind issues. And I'll see you on a future video. Have a good weekend. See you later. Bye.
take to be happy? How many times do you have to feel lonely before you get the chance to meet someone, before you get to meet someone like you? How many songs can you write about heartbreak? How to go on when you're fed up with mistakes? Maybe I just found the answers. Maybe I just found the answers in you. Come give me all your love. I want you to know we can make it together. Let the wind blow. All we need is each other. Come take my hand, you're all that I have now. I won't let you go, 'cause I found all the answers in you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Take me away. I'm okay if I got you. We don't have to stay. We can do what we want to. Just give a little bit of your heart. Give a little bit of your heart to me. All of my scars start to heal when I'm with you, and I can't explain how I feel when I'm with you. Just give a little bit of your heart. Give a little bit